Hello and welcome. Today I thought we would go ahead and do a quick get ready with me featuring some Chanel summer products, or rather we've got some of the Chanel summer collection, but also some products I like to use a lot from Chanel during the summer. So just something light and quick and easy that kind of just evens things out, brightens things up, something great for every day that doesn't take a long time. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I thought we'd do a quick get ready with me featuring some Chanel products I like to use in the summer. We're going to focus a lot on some of the new releases as well. So, I'm actually going to start off with using the Danessa Myricks. This is the Yummy Skin with Upsolite. I'm wearing shade 2. I'm going to put this on as my primer because it does help absorb oil that I get throughout the day. And with the heat and the humidity, it really helps keep my makeup fresh longer. So I'm going to put this on. Then we're going to go in with the Chanel Water Fresh tint. So let me bring you in. All right, so I'm going to take the BK Beauty 101. I'm just going to go into this, tap off some excess on the back of my hand. And I'm using shade 2. I usually use the Universal Translucent shade, but I want it to get just a little bit more coverage since I'm going in with something so light, with a Water Fresh tint. So just going to get a little bit of coverage here. And, summer is actually, you would think summer vacation with the kids is less busy. It's actually probably a bit more busy. So it's like quick 5-minute looks or 10-minute looks is really the most of what I can handle during the summer. All right, so now we're going in with the Water Fresh tint. I have shade Light, and I haven't used this in a while. So let's hope it is still in good shape. We're going to go ahead and take the same brush. You can see you're going to get a bit of coverage from this as well, but it gives you a light, fresh look. I personally really love this Complexion product from Chanel, but the blushes were never a favorite of mine. I didn't really like the blushes. They seemed more gimmicky to me and just harder to get like a nice even color, whereas the Water Fresh tint I love. So I don't know, different strokes for different folks, but this is going to be it for the Complexion. While I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and do my eye primer here, just using the Trish McEvoy eye primer in Dior, and I'm just taking this oversized eyeshadow brush to kind of rub that in. This is a great eye primer because it really performs well. It extends the performance of your shadows, but I also like it kind of just as a base color too. And it does come in different shades. There's a tiny bit of shimmer in the formula. So if you don't want any shimmer at all, this is probably not the best primer, but I wouldn't say it's super noticeable or anything. So, even if I wasn't going to wear eyeshadow, this just makes a nice base and evens things out. I'm going to take the medium version of the Chanel Duo de Balm, and I'm going to put a swatch here. You can see this is a nice coral. This is the blush shade, and I'm going to go in with the same brush I used just to get a little color. I'm focusing on the tip. You can see I really only have a color on the tip portion because this is a large brush, so I don't want to get too much, make too much of a mess here. And just going to get a little bit on the cheeks. And I just want a soft light color here, so I'm not going to use a ton of product, but you can see that it just gives a nice soft flush. And then I'm going to use the highlighter on the other side. So let me go ahead and swatch this. You can see that there, and it's pretty translucent. I'm actually just going to dip a finger into it and dab that on. There we go. So that's going to be it for the cheeks. Just going to take a little bit here of what's left of the highlighter on my hand and just put a little bit under the brow. All right, I'm going to take the Stilo Ombre Contour from Chanel. This came out in the most recent summer collection here. This is the shade Peachy Beige. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the eyes. I'm going to bring you in closer for this. All right, so I'm going to kind of put this all over the lid. And then I have the Sonia G. This is the Worker 3. So this is one of her original brushes. I'm just going to use that to kind of blend in the stick. Just to get a soft base here. I'm not going with a ton of color today. And yeah, I think this is just a nice, light, easy look that just kind of brightens things up, freshens, and evens out my skin tone a bit so I don't look quite so, you know, during the summer I just look like a lobster. I look very pink. The heat just rushes to my skin. All right, so that's it for the shadow, but I do want an eyeliner. I'm gonna take another Cielo Ombre Contour. This one is in the shade Taupe Fumé, and this came out a little while ago. This is not a new release. Just gonna line the eyes with this, and you can see it's kind of messy. I'm gonna smudge this. So I'm gonna take the same eyeshadow brush, and I'm just gonna smudge it with the tip here. Soften that out. And whatever residue is on the brush, I'm using for the lower lash line, but I'm not going to add any additional product there. And then for the inner corner, I'm going in with the baby. Then for the inner corner, I'm going to take the baby yellow from this recent collection here. And you can see I made a bit of a mess with that. I think I broke the tip in the corner there. I'll fix that in a second. There we go. You can see it's really more of just a soft golden shade, like a soft yellow gold. All right, I'm gonna curl my lashes and just go in with some mascara and some brow gel. I'm using the Sisley So Stretch Mascara in brown. And for a quick, well actually most of the time, you can see I already made a mess. Most of the time for brows, I don't like using anything that takes a long time because I'm usually in a rush. So I use the SUQQU Coloring Brow Gel in Sand quite frequently. So I'm going to use that. And I'm so glad I have backups of this, but you know, it's such a great product. I love this. It has kind of replaced the Tom Ford Fiber Brow Gel for me. All right, so this is what we have so far. And I do have some chapstick on. So I'm just going to remove that before I put on some lip color. And for lips, I'm going to take one of the new Chanel Rouge Coco shades in Rose Hall. And then I'm going to top it with the Sparkling Pink Lip Balm. So let me bring you in a little closer. So as you can see here, the Rose Hall shade is kind of a soft brown. There is a touch of pink in here. So I think it's a really pretty shade. It's one that I'll probably wear more full throttle during the fall time. But right now, I like it when you soften that up, you get a really beautiful nude shade. The Sparkling Pink is just going to be a shimmery, sparkling, it's almost, I mean, it's translucent, but it's got a little bit of a coolness to it. So mixing the two of these together kind of makes the whole thing a little bit more of a neutral nude with shimmer. And I think it's a really pretty shade. We've got kind of some silver and opalescent shimmer in here, a little bit of pink shimmer as well. And I think it's a really pretty combo. All right, so here are the two lip shades. So here's Rose Hall. This is Sparkling Pink. And this is our final look then. So just something light, easy, everyday kind of look for running around, but still brightens things up. And, you know, this was like a 10-minute look. So yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know what you like to do for quick and easy looks, what your favorite summer Chanel products are. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope I'll see you again soon and have a great day.